All right, so we're back and ready to dive into another episode of Gonna Eat Bread.
Yeah, you know how we do it? I'm gonna break down another one and see what we find.
This time it's s40e9 gluten-free baguette.mp3. And
This one is interesting.
really short, right?
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is just one sentence. I'm gonna eat this bread.
Well, the title also says gluten-free baguette.
Right, exact. Like,
Yeah.
that's part of it, too.
So for a series that's all about, the act of eating bread,
Uh-huh.
is this like the most direct statement of purpose we could get?
It kind of feels that way, right? It's like cutting through all the noise
Yeah.
and just getting to that core concept. Like, this is what it is.
This is it.
This is gonna eat bread.
And then there's the whole gluten-free part of the title.
Yeah.
Like, what do we read into that? Is it about inclusivity or
Yeah.
dietary stuff, or is it something else entirely?
I think it adds a layer, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's so interesting that there's no, like,
Yeah.
build up or anything. It's just bam, the statement and this detail about the bread.
Right. So it makes you think, like, why is this specific bread important?
Exactly. Why does that need to be specified?
Yeah, there's no description, no lead up, no, like, anticipation.
Uh-huh.
It's just intention and bread type.
It feels very immediate, doesn't it?
Yeah, like we're catching them in the act.
Almost like a found footage kind of vibe,
Right, like a slice of life,
Right.
but just with this one
Exactly.
very specific slice.
I think that immediacy is important,
Yeah,
but then you start to think, like, is there more to this statement?
like beyond just the literal act of eating.
Right. Could eating bread represent something else entirely, like
Yeah.
a broader form of consumption?
And does gluten-free then?
Does that refine that metaphor?
Right, it's like they're giving us the bare minimum
Yeah.
and making us fill in the blanks.
I think if we take a step back and look at the whole series,
Uh-huh.
this episode is like this little reminder, like a pulse,
Yeah,
that brings us back to that core theme.
like, hey, remember, this is what it's about.
Exactly. And then that gluten-free detail makes you think.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is there a specific nuance to every bread?
To each instance of bread eating.
Is it always just about that simple act? Or
Right.
is there something more going on sometimes?
So we're left with a lot of questions.
I think so.
What does it mean to say, I'm going to eat this bread?
Why this bread?
And what does that tell us about gonna eat bread as a whole?
It really makes you think about how much you can say
Yeah.
with so few words.
Like the power of simplicity.
Exactly.
It's going to be interesting to see where this goes.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
We'll be back soon with more Gonna Eat Bread.
Can't wait to see what bread's next.
See?
See ya.